TERA Rising immediately throws you into the action. This short video should get you up to speed. The navigation bar above lets you jump to story, character, or combat at any time. Or just watch the video straight through. The 7 races of TERA didn't always get along. The offspring of angry, competitive gods, they shared their parents' ideal, every race for itself. Old grudges from centuries back, and new betrayals just developing, left these descendants with no reason to come to any sort of understanding. Then the Argons invaded. Creatures from another world, their goal was to take over and terraform the land so they could prosper. As they moved in, taking over the Sharan continent, it became clear. The 7 races had to come together and cooperate. This is how the Valkion Federation formed. Everyone, from the Cavalier Elves, to the resourceful humans, to the serene Barakas, to the fiery Castanics, through the honor-bound Amani, mischievous Popori, and mysterious Elin, finally agreed to put aside their differences and unite for the sake of their world. As a new player, you'll jump into the prologue, where you can test your chosen class and see if it's your style. Does the Berserker make you dizzy? Try a Slayer, or Lancer instead. Once you get through the prologue, you'll start your career for the Federation on the Island of Dawn, a mysterious island that suddenly rose from the sea between the 2 continents. You're part of the 2nd expedition to explore the island and find out what it's all about. The 1st expedition is famed, actually, for never coming back. So good luck with that. Seems safe. Action combat takes different roles to be effective on a large scale. You need the tank, of course, someone to keep the enemy's attention while the rest of your team gets those hit points down. TERA has 2 tank classes, the quick-moving warrior and the stalwart lancer. Warriors rely on speed and wits. Lancers rely on bulk and a sturdy shield. Then there's your damage dealer, melee or ranged. DPS, also called damage per second, is the group that unloads as much hurt as possible while the tanks distract. For melee damage, TERA offers the Berserker, a heavily armored cleaver with a skilled axe block, and the Slayer, a lighter armored quick mover. If you need the damage to come from further back though, you'll need an archer or a sorcerer, both of whom can melt faces from a safe distance. Now don't forget the healer, arguably the most important party member. The healer keeps you alive, and healing in TERA is unlike any other MMO. Focusing on health bars won't help you. You have to aim at your party members. Healers handle more than wounds. If your friends are poisoned, stunned, paralyzed, or on fire, you've got spells to make it all better. TERA offers 2 healing styles, direct and do-it-yourself. The priest is great for direct and immediate healing, coming to the aid of companions when they need it most. The mystic, however, takes a more do-it-yourself approach, leaving healing motes around the battlefield for the party to grab at their leisure, or more likely when they're dying. Our classes make TERA an action-packed game, challenging you with exciting party play. Filling the party roles is simple once you know what each class can do. The warrior jumps around, always moving, forward, backward, sideways, flip, and sink those twin swords into the enemy. She distracts the monster so it doesn't think about how tasty your friends might be. The Lancer is a more traditional tank. She has the armor and shield to soak up whatever the enemy deals out, and a pointy stick that could take an eye out. The Berserker, like the Lancer, wears heavy armor and stands his ground, but uses his giant axe to cleave enemies in half, or however many pieces seem appropriate. A Slayer is like a lighter armored Berserker, but more sprightly. He moves across the field like a ballerina, with a sword. A Sorcerer stands back from the fray, conjuring powerful spells and spewing molten fatality all over his foes. But be careful, if monsters close in, you'll see firsthand what glass cannon means. An archer has a similar distance advantage, but her armor is thicker than a sorcerer's. Her magic arrows impale enemies who didn't even see her, giving her a huge combat advantage, not to mention a huge ego. The priest's more traditional healing method has him diving in and out of combat, healing his friends as needed, and, when he can't get there in time, raising them from the dead. The mystic's approach is more avant-garde. She drops motes of life for the party to collect whenever they need, so they never have to wait. No matter your playstyle, TERA delivers pulse-pounding action, stunning visuals, and an immense, immersive world. So jump in and find out what true action combat is all about.